Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Van here. I am so excited to share with you our very last zone this week. We've been working really hard the last few weeks together to learn all four of the zones of regulation. So remember, the first zone we learned was green, and then we learned about our second zone, which was yellow. And then we learned about our third zone, which was blue. And now we're learning our fourth zone, which leaves us with what is it? You are right, red zone. So to start our lesson, let's go ahead and sing our song. Remember, it goes to the tune of head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And you can sing along with me. Ready? Red, yellow, green and blue, red, yellow, green and blue. The zones of regulation share my feelings with you. Red, yellow, green and blue. Nice work, friends. All right. So Mrs. Van is going to share with you today some red zone feelings. But before we do, let's go ahead and do a quick review. So green is when we are feeling good and calm and ready to learn, right? Very comfortable. Yellow, our heart might beat a little faster, and we know that it can have good, comfortable feelings, or sometimes not so great, uncomfortable feelings like that itchy, scratchy sweat. We also learned that our blue zone, right, normally has not so great, uncomfortable feelings like that itchy, scratchy sweater. And today, when we learn about red, red is definitely also sometimes uncomfortable, like that itchy, scratchy sweater. But sometimes it's not necessarily great, but there are actually some situations that it could be expected, appropriate. Okay. So let's go ahead and start learning about some red zone feelings today. Let's take a look at some pictures. Right. Oopsie. Nice job being patient, boys and girls. Okay, you're being so patient. Nice work. Okay, so red zone feelings. Let's take a look at our first picture. Now, Mrs. Van and Mrs. Mello decided to do something different this week with our pictures. We decided to use pictures of our own children so that you can get to know us better and so that you would understand that all kiddos, right, and adults have zones that they might go into that have different feelings. Okay. So I'd like to introduce you to my daughter. This is Aria, and she is 5 years old, and she is also in kindergarten. She's not at Roosevelt, but she goes to Franklin Elementary and she's in the immersion program. She's learning a new language called Mandarin. Now let's take a look at her eyes. Her eyes are dim, her lips are pursed. She is in the red zone. And this is Arya's annoyed face. Now, red zone is a low energy red zone. This is the face she likes to give me when she doesn't like what I have told her to do or given her answer she does not like. Like, no. And sometimes we have to accept no, but she's feeling annoyed, and that is okay. She doesn't like what I have told her she needed to do. Could have needed to do. She should probably get ready to go to bed. Okay. All right, let's take a look at our next photo. This is my son, Ethan. He is 9. He is a fourth grader at Franklin Elementary, also in the Mandarin immersion program, learning a new language, Mandarin. And let's take a look at his face. He's got some furrowed eyebrows and some closed eyes. He's closing his eyes a little bit, squinting his eyes. His mouth is a little down. He is also in red zone and he is feeling stressed. He had shared with me that when he is stressed, he goes into red zone. Things that stress him out, he says, is when he has a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it. And cleaning stresses him out because he knows that I have high expectations of what I want a cleaned up room to look like, and he gets stressed about what it needs to look like at times. So again, he's in red zone, still low energies, stress. Okay, not such a great feeling. Annoying, also not so great, right? So far, the feelings we've gone over in our red zone, not so great, right? Itchy, scratchy, sweater, uncomfortable. All right, let's see who we might have next. Oh, this is Caleb. He is 3. He is my youngest child, and he is not in school yet. And he decided he wanted to share with you a red zone feeling that's also low energy. And he decided to share with you concern or worry. Concerned is when we are very thoughtful about something that might or might not happen. We might be worried about it. He is concerned because there is a hole in his teddy bear, and he is worried that all the stuffing in his teddy bear is going to come out. So he's very concerned about it, doesn't feel so great about it, and it's putting him in red zone because I said I could not fix the hole that night, that it would have to wait. And so it made him very concerned that his teddy was going to lose all his stuffing. So he's in red zone, right? Low energy. You can see that concerned face, right? With uh, hugging the bear and the kind of like the a little bit of like a sad eye and just um, concerned feeling is often shown sometimes in different ways. So it's kind of tricky sometimes, right? All right, let's keep going. Ooh, look at this next friend. This next friend is actually Mrs. Mellow's daughter. She also has been teaching some kinder classes, zones of regulation. Um, and she has also been doing some of our read alouds too. So you might recognize Mrs. Mellow in a read aloud, but this is her daughter, Ellie. She is 6 and she is also a kindergartner at Roosevelt. So Ellie decided she wanted to show a red zone feeling that is a higher energy red zone feeling. Let's see what we might think it might be. I see definitely some furrowed eyebrows, squinty eyes. Oh, this, we're looking at body language too. Look, that mouth is pursed and pulled in. She is, you guys, did you guess mad? Because you were right. If you guessed, she decided she wanted to show what her mad face looked like and her mad body looked like. That is a red zone feeling that does not feel so great. It's that itchy, scratchy sweater, uncomfortable feeling. Lots of different things can make you mad. Sometimes maybe if a sibling is not sharing a toy, right? Or maybe you cannot do what you want to do in that moment. We can get mad about it, right? All right, let's take a look at another photo. Ah, this is Mrs. Mellow's son. His name is Caden, and he is 10, and he also goes to Roosevelt. He is in 5th grade this year. The feeling he is showing, let's take a look. Oh boy, the body language, pulling the hair, those furrowed eyebrows are in today. Oh, scrunchy nose, big pursed lips, right? He is actually out of control, angry. He's not just mad like Ellie was. He is out of control, angry. Something has really made him upset, very angry. That is definitely an uncomfortable, itchy, scratchy, uncomfortable feeling. So let's take a moment to think about some things that might make us feel really angry, out of control. Sometimes something might happen over and over again that at first bothers you a little bit, and then it continues to bother you until you're out of control angry, right? That can happen. Could depend on the person on what it could be, right? All right, let's take a look at our very last slide here. Boys and girls, we have another video. So Mrs. Van's going to make sure this time she's going to share her computer sound because I know the last time we recorded a lesson for you, we could not hear. This time we will need to hear and we will be able to hear. So we have our friends, Ernie, right? He is the orange friend, and Bert, who is the yellow friend. And they are going to show some red zone feelings. One might show red zone and the other might not, right? So let's focus on Bert. Bert is a yellow friend and see how he shows his red zone feelings, okay? Whenever you see Bert go into, you think the red zone, show me red zone right up here. Let's take a look together. He had been so angry that he fell over at the end, boys and girls. All right, let's go ahead and stop sharing screen. Thank you for joining me for our zones lesson today, in which we learned our very last zone, the red zone. We have now learned all four zones. So let's go ahead and sing our song to end our lesson and remind us of what our zones are. Ready? Red, yellow, green, and blue, green and blue. Red, yellow, green, and blue, green and blue. The zones of regulation share my feelings with you. Red, yellow, green, and blue, green and blue. See you soon, friends.